Hi everyone, it's Aaron and I'm here with Amee and we're going to do a comic book tag. This one was done by Whitney Millam and it's 2 years old, but whatever, we're going to have at it anyway. We'll have her information below. And so, yeah, let's just dive into it here.
All right. List of 10 questions. What was your first comic?
For me, there's two I remember from my childhood. And one was an Incredible Hulk story, where it was actually the Grey Hulk fighting some gold robots, something like that. That's about all I can remember from that one. Then a Wonder Woman, where Hercules was being punished by the Amazons and was like having to hold up the entire island or something. That's the scene I remember from that one. Yeah. So those were my first comic books right there. One from each Marvel, DC at an early age.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
I know that probably the first one I ever picked up was an X-Men story, but the first one that I distinctly remember having read through and whatnot was, of course, The Princess of Amethyst. Namesake. Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
So, that was great. I remember reading those because I started reading them, gosh, I was probably 9-ish, 8 or 9, because for years I was just waiting, because on her 12th birthday, that's when she gets the pendant, and she goes to the gem world, and I was like, this is a sign! My dad's having me read this! Because he couldn't find a better way to say you were adopted, and you're gonna go to an alternate universe and have powers. It didn't happen. I was devastated. I cried.
Legit? You were devastated?
I was.
For real?
For real.
I'm sorry, Amy. That's...
Well, no, because my dad's a jerk. And for my 12th birthday, guess what I got? The amethyst pendant. Because he's a monster.
It did nothing. It was just a plastic necklace.
There was no magic. No, it was an actual amethyst little gemstone pendant. And it didn't open portals to their worlds. I didn't have powers. It was the saddest day of my life.
I'm sorry, Amy. One day.
One day. Soon my Hogwarts letter will come.
Yes. Yeah.
So, still
or maybe
holding
it's
on.
112th or something like that.
You know, you never know.
Hold out hope.
Alright. Question 2. What was your last read comic?
Last read comic I read was actually probably about Spider-Man Worldwide issues, maybe 1 through 4. Picked it up from the library, issues 1 through 5, part 1 of the series. It's okay. It's got this joke of kind of like a poor man's Tony Stark thing. Apparently, Peter's doing the whole corporate business thing, selling his tech and stuff, and Spider-Man's his bodyguard, and it's, you know, I think it was this, I think it was from the recent kind of whole reboot they did with 616, so, and they had a whole bunch of different fun stories in there. I think, I don't know, I'm not, I don't follow it as close as I'd like.
For me it would, it's a toss-up, because I can't remember which one was last, because I read, one that you got from the library. It was a Batman, Court of Owls.
Court of Owls and City of Owls.
And that was great.
That was a great one. That was a
great
story.
You have to, turn the book around as you're flipping the pages. It totally threw me. Loved it. And then Injustice Year 3, which was fabulous. Oh, I love it so much.
Not as good as Year 2, but it was good.
I just love Injustice.
It's a good run. It's a good run. I'm excited to see where it goes. But I
love because they keep pulling in characters, and I think, like, who else could there be? Oh no, there's more. And they pull them, and I'm like, oh my god, I know who that is. So it's very gratifying. I feel like a real fan, although not right now.
That is what I like about the big arcs, is you get a bit of everyone sprinkled in these stories here. It's really enjoyable. Wonder Woman makes me so angry in Injustice. She just
Hal Jordan, Green Lantern. Oh my god, we went to Comic-Con up in Seattle, and I wanted to punch Nathan Fillion in the face. Nathan Fillion, if you're watching this, I didn't, but I was so mad at you for Green Lantern, and I was, you know what you did.
Alright, got barged in on little ones. Nathan Fillion. taking
small.
your rage out on him.
I didn't.
Just for voicing Green Lantern.
I thought it, but I didn't do it.
And
But yeah.
in cartoon interpretations that haven't done the Injustice storyline at all, it's still his fault.
No, he knows what he did. All right. It's his fault now. Forever. Forever and ever. I still love you, but I'm betrayed by my love for you. Whatever. Look, moral of the story is it's Nathan Fillion's fault.
Well, Nathan, thank you for the autograph that you gave Heidi. She's over the moon about it. So.
And again, you were really great in Saving Private Ryan.
Yes, absolutely. Best role ever.
All right. Question number 3. Favorite comic book character?
Spider-Woman. In 1979, there was a season of Spider-Woman cartoons, and in my house growing up, there was a VHS tape that had an Incredible Hulk, Captain America, Spider-Man, and Spider-Woman episode each, and they were those really old cartoons where things moved as little as possible, or if they could get away with just a single drawn frame, they do that a lot. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. They're actually all on YouTube. The Spider Woman, the whole season. So get the kids to watch those.
Probably gonna have to say Batman. I love Batman a lot. He's my favorite. I love him. I loved the Incredible Hulk growing up. Because we VHS tape old cartoons.
The ones from the 90s.
Hulk.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I watched those as it was being syndicated or whatever you call it. But yeah,
absolutely love it.
Great show, and there was a Fantastic Four show run too at that same time, wasn't there? Saturday morning, gotta catch those cartoons. Yeah. Everyone picks Batman.
I'm sorry. Total cop out. I love Batman.
Why don't you do like a second? Unless it's Superman, and then just don't even bother.
Thank you. So to tie back, as much as, I feel betrayed by Nathan Fillion, I actually love Green Lantern in the animated Justice League series because he's awesome. I love him. And he's beautiful. Nathan Fillion is beautiful. But look, moral of the story is Green Lantern's pretty BA too. And the character has enough depth that you don't have to keep going with it. You can just see it and be like, oh, complex enough. You can infer whatever you would like, whatever, but I love Green Lantern.
I like First Flight. First Flight's probably one of my favorite DC animated movies. So yes, yeah, better. Thank you. Thank you, Amy. Yeah.
All right, I passed. Favorite comic book event?
Secret Invasion by Bendis. I know he's not the most popular right now. I actually like his runs, his new Avengers run, because featured Spider-Woman a lot, and then Secret Invasion because of the Skrull Queen too, and just she jacks Spider-Woman's identity, and everyone hates her for it, even though it wasn't her fault. She was on a spaceship, way up there.
Spaceships tend to be way up there. But yes. I see what you mean.
Sometimes they land.
Occasionally.
They're fitted out for atmosphere.
Oh, okay. Well, see. There we go. Now I know.
And then there's half the battle. You left me wide open.
Total spoiler alert. It's when Alfred, beats the crap out of Superman in Injustice. That's my favorite event. Right there. Boom, in your face. And the favorite perfect moment is when Alfred picks up Batman and walks away to the teleporter because Scotty's involved. And says, there's nothing worth saving here. And they leave. And I'm like, on your face, Superman. Suck it. Deal with your life choices.
Injustice Superman can suck it. Big time.
So mad. But that's got to be it. Ever, hands down.
Very short event.
It is.
It's maybe small. 4 pages total.
Maybe 4 pages. Technically 3, because it starts and then the other side and then the page and that's it. 3.
There you go.
Beautiful. Oh, Alfred's such a bamf. I love him.
Of course, Alfred. Probably the best character in DC. Is that maybe a Batman, right?
No.
No?
No, because Alfred could take Batman.
Probably. Batman couldn't fight Alfred.
No, because that's the thing. Batman's not going to take a swing and Alfred's just going to...
That's true.
Cut him down. Alfred will cut a bitch. Sorry.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Family Channel.
He's a dangerous guy.
All right. Favorite comic book writer?
I'm going to say Tom DeFalco because of the Maximum Carnage run. I really identified with Spider-Man back in my teenage days.
He was bit by a radioactive spider, that's why.
Yes. And I was waiting for my powers to come. And they never did. They never did.
See, I got the pendant, you got the spider bite.
That's right, yeah.
Life is full of disappointment, viewers.
And I was never good at chemistry or anything, so I never made spider webbing or anything. Yeah, I have trouble reading just Spider-Man stuff recently, but Maximum Carnage was a big event in my comic book reading lives.
Yes. I'm not as big a comic book reader. I know. Sorry, I'm sad. But I have to go with people who wrote Injustice. Just Tom Taylor, Bruno Redondo, and Julian. I don't know how to say your last name, Julian, so my apologies, but you know who you are. Thank you.
I actually did a quick kind of review of all 3 years of Injustice, and it has all the authors listed in the down bar on that video, so you can go check that out.
There you go. Off the hook. I'm totally off the hook on that one.
I saved you.
Thank you. Good friend, see? Keep this one around. Number 6, favorite comic-based movie?
Ooh, why don't you go first on this one? I didn't think about
Iron Man. I love him.
But you got a lot of time, thank you.
So,
it's tough to say.
do I need to do more? I can extrapolate.
Yeah, go ahead, expand on it.
Boom. I absolutely love the portrayal of Tony Stark, the playboy, philanthropist, etc., etc. Just bigger than life persona. I don't feel like any actor could have brought that better than Robert Downey Jr. I like explosions and punching people. I love that. So the Iron Man has a lot of that. It has the quips, funny bits. I love Robert Downey Jr. I think he's a great actor. I also think he's adorable and beautiful. So there's that. I absolutely loved that movie. And I think that was actually the first movie that I really watched. They got me into the superhero thing. Because I know that there had been, 1 or 12 Hulk movies before that. I don't know.
Well,
with
if you count the
different
Lou
people and all of them.
Ferrigno ones, maybe there's maybe.
Well, I mean, there was at least the 1 or 2 because.
But then there was the Eric Bana Hulk, Ang Lee.
Yeah,
I think that was the only one because then Incredible Hulk
because I know that the one with Edward Norton
came out just after.
Just after, okay. Well, I know that was out there somewhere, and when that came out, I wanted to because as much as I love the Hulk growing up, it's like heck yeah, that's got to be good. And then I was like, it's too love story. He turns great and angry and punches stuff. Why? What is this crap with the Lord of the Rings chick? Get her out. Get her out of my face.
When
I just want them to punch dudes and explode things. That's all I ask for. I don't know why it's so hard.
That's kind of something I've always sort of found in the Hulk runs anyway, is that they're not as smashy as you'd want them to be. When he smashes,
Hulk
he smashes good.
Hulk smash.
But it's almost like the Fantastic Four. You appreciate it more when they just come in briefly, have their moment, and then it's gone, and then the rest of the time there's a joke. Oh, we need Reed Richards. Oh, he's off planet somewhere. Yeah. We could talk all day about the Fantastic Four and their fate as characters in comics, but we'll save that for now. All right, favorite comic book movie? Definitely not any of the Fantastic Four ones. I'm gonna go with Captain America: The First Avenger. That one, I was very nervous about Chris Evans being cast as Captain America, especially because of Fantastic Four movies, and it's like,
I forgot.
Is this guy an actor, or does he just play over the top at everything? And I was just floored. I was floored with him as Steve Rogers in First Avenger, and he knocked it out of the park with the character. in every other movie that he's been in, and recently Civil War came out, and that was awesome. Yeah,
That movie
great.
had lots of punching.
Lots of
I
punching
loved it.
and
It was beautiful.
a good structured story as well.
Had some explosions. I definitely give it like 2 thumbs up.
I'll add my 2 to
There you
that
go.
as well.
That's how it works. 1 thumb is for all of the punching, and 1 thumb is for all of the explosions. And I put my paper down. Did you get Marvel or DC?
I don't take sides in this. I feel like this is a really dumb.
Taking sides? Like Civil War?
I've been on enough internet forums to where this is so tired. It's such a tired subject.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so old. I mean, I read a lot more Marvel in the past. I've been a subscriber to Unlimited from time to time, and so I've read a lot of Marvel and just what I collected in the day. But I still read DC. I read Image. I read Dark Horse. Still do read all of those, and so but majority Marvel back then. But nowadays I'm actually reading a lot more DC stuff. With Injustice, and read the Hot Girl solo run. Yeah, and then we've got the Harley Quinns. I've got to get to those eventually too. Yeah.
I don't know. I've read a handful of both. Can't really say that I have much of a preference. And I know that right now I'm not reading a lot of comic books, so my preferences would be movie-based, in which case Marvel wins hand down. Sorry, DC, you need to work on that. Just a lot.
I pull for them though. I want them to do well.
No, I do. No, I want. That's the problem, because I get so excited, and then they see that and they spit in my face. They laugh at my pain.
They do so well with their animated movies.
Yes.
They knock them out of the park. Almost. I mean,
yes.
They have some weak ones, but I mean, Flashpoint Paradox
was amazing.
Is great.
Holy crap, that was a good one.
The best animated superhero movie ever, and why they have the talent there. They have the talent there. It's just the studio needs to put them in charge of running a big time real people. That's my 2 cents. So I know it's probably much different business, but whatever.
They I don't know. They try, and I don't like anything that they've really done or come out with. I feel like they I don't know. I'm rooting for you though. I'm holding out, DC. You got hope. All right. Question 8. Favorite graphic novel.
So I read The Meta Barons by Jodorowsky recently, and that was that's going to be my favorite right now because I remember as a 16, 17-year-old boy going through boxes in the garage, and I found like just 2 boxes at least of back issues of Heavy Metal in the 1970s and things like that. It had the Den story and all that, and of course 16-year-old any boy, and went through like, oh my god, this is a treasure trove, So I'm so there was a time in my life where that kind of artwork and subject matter was very much a part of my life and my reading. So the Meta Barons was, Jodorowsky had a big part in doing the heavy metals back then. And so this was a whole graphic novel of his, and it was a whole story that spans generations of this Meta Barons family, and it's violent, it's gory, it's perverted, it's really perverted, but it was almost
it's
nostalgic.
Really
yeah, oh yeah, perfect reading. Yeah,
for
young ones.
Yes. Public. If you're gonna be with a lot of people, church, bingo's probably the best place to read this.
Little League practice. Yeah,
also a good one. You have any scouts, boy or girl? Definitely. When you're selling the cookies, that way there's a lot of people who will be.
Yeah. It'll be really appreciated. Very appreciated. People will just be... The looks you'll get.
Will be amazement and jealousy. Jealous
Jealousy,
everywhere. I'm gonna have to kind of cop out and say Saga. Not because it's not great. I'm really enjoying it. I'm currently trying really hard to get my hands on the second one. Every time I go to the library, they laugh at me. They're like, no, other people want to read this too. I'm like, well, tell other people to stop. Mostly because I can't think of anything else that I've read recently. Or actually at all, because I'm having a moment. Complete and utter retardation. So Saga. It's really great though, and I do like it, and it's very interesting to see all the different characters, because it's not like, oh, a bunch of people. It's a bunch of individuals who are definitely not human people. So that's really cool, because the character depictions are things that you would not expect, like the people with TV faces, not like cool flat screen HD, but like old school giant computer monitor heads. I'm just like, what the frick? I like it. More. Where's my teacup? Throw it on the floor. Another.
Perfect. But you've read Watchmen, right? That's an easy fallback.
There you go. I don't know that I read
it's like
all of
Batman,
it.
then.
It's like saying Batman. Excuse you, sir. Batman's beautiful.
I'm just giving you a hard time. He is great.
Some people's children. Alright. Number 9, Avengers or X-Men or Justice League?
Avengers.
Justice League.
That's fair enough. That's,
Some of the X-Men, but not all of them.
They have
So
a good rotating cast. Again, yeah, X-Men was a big part of my childhood. It was along with Spider-Man growing up. But man, Bryan Singer and Brett Ratner, they know how to kill heroes and just, kill the dream. So I'll just, leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Avengers, I love the
so
rotating cast. Justice League, love the rotating cast that they go through.
See, and I love, in Justice League, because when I was growing up, it was Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and the Flash were in there, but like the trio, and it was great, because that's what they were. When anybody said Justice League, it's like, oh, those three, and they were just, I loved them. They were fantastic. Saturday morning cartoons.
It's called the Super Friends, though.
Super Friends.
Yeah.
So sorry, Aaron and Internet, but I just screwed that up.
Honestly, I didn't enjoy the Super Friends all that much. It was too kiddie at the time, even for my age. So, and it was like reruns back then. But just that. It's very nostalgic, though, cartoon-wise. Just, Wonder Twin powers activate. And the reused footage over and over again. Yeah.
Oh, I loved it, and they, as a kid, most of the comic books that my dad had were X-Men, and there was some Batman, some Spider-Man. I mostly read a lot of the X-Men comics, and I loved reading those when I was growing up, but I definitely really liked the Batman comic books, and I loved any time that he was teaming up with Superman or Wonder Woman. So it's just like, these people are so BA, they're gonna go F stuff up. Family Channel.
Weird thing, my parents got my sister and I some Batman comic books. I don't know, I can't remember what the occasion was. But one of them, the villain... yeah. One of them, the villain, I'm not sure what his name is, but it's the guy with the knife that cuts himself every time he cuts a woman's throat or something, and it's an episode of that where he's taking these women hostage, and my sister and I are
is that Zaz or something? I don't think so. Maybe it is.
Yeah, it's just funny looking back on it. It's like this was okay, but then Heidi and I took the kids to see Warcraft this last weekend, so I guess we no wiggle room there. So
yep. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, let's see. Number 10. Why do you love comics?
A big part of why I love comics is, as a child, they were not intimidating for me to read. They were fun to read. They made reading fun. And they made it not a chore anymore. And it was so hard for me to train myself to read and to enjoy reading and for it to become natural. And so yeah, comics made me a reader. That's why I love them, and then they're just awesome. Yeah, lots of punching and explosions.
Punching and explosions are definitely at top of my list. It's kind of funny because for me it was almost the opposite. I was an avid reader as a child, still am as an adult. I mean, I see words and I want them. And so comic books really help me slow down and appreciate the story because, you know, a picture's worth 1,000 words, so you have to see the picture and you have to infer anything that's not explicitly said in text, and you have to watch the characters go through the storyline, and there are words you do read, but mostly it's watching the pictures. And so that definitely when I first started, it was frustrating because I wanted to read faster. I wanted to get through the stories faster, but you can't like fly through a comic book because you have to stop and look at the pictures, the images. That's the whole point. So as a kid, it was frustrating, but I loved the basic premise of superheroes and people saving other people and destroying public property in the effort and punching other people. I don't anger issues, I guess, is the theme song of my life. And explosions and you punching each other and like the really epic stances and the over the top speeches, and I love that, the drama of it.
Yes, yeah, the energy
fantastic,
and
exactly.
Just the power in some of those poses where it's, you know, they got beat down, but they're still standing to fight on because it's what's right.
You can tell that Batman just got effed up because like
the heroism
is torn and he's got like a blood on him, and you're like, oh no, Batman, don't be. He's like, I'm still gonna get up and beat the F out of all of you, and you're just like, oh, you got effed up now, bad guys.
Yeah, you don't push all Batman.
Exactly.
No. Was that it?
That's it. The end. 10 questions. You're welcome.
All right. Well, thank you for sticking with us. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a like. Comments. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.